Welcome to another episode of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird. It's just
And,
us.
Yeah, just the two of us today. But, it's probably pretty good because, well, let's face it, Justin is not a fan of the Apple.
And neither is Matt.
Matt, I thought Matt was kind of like, no, not at all.
I mean,
oh, boy.
He tolerates it. Justin, Justin is a cynic for Apple, so
Yeah, well,
he is Apple's biggest critic.
Oh, yeah, he just doesn't like anything Apple's done. But,
I think the only thing that he likes that Apple's done is the poop emoji. Because that's how he feels about Apple.
Well, the cool thing is I've actually gone back to Apple. So I am kind of like reinvigorating my side business that I used to do a lot, graphics and design and scanning and all that stuff. So I had my Skype number, which was a great number. And then, of course, Skype went away.
Skype.
But yeah, exactly. But I had paid for my Skype phone number for a year. And it was like I paid for it. And then within 2 weeks is when Skype said, well, we're going away. So I still have the phone number, but it said I have to have it ported by April of next year or I lose it or whatever. So I just decided, you know what? I've got this iPhone 14 Pro Max that is just sitting here. I carry around my, Pixel all the time. So why not put that Skype number onto the iPhone and start carrying that around? That's a business phone. So I'm back into the world of Apple. And I got to say, I'm kind of happy about it, too. So far, I've not had any spam calls.
That's good. So on the topic of Apple, right? So
Yeah.
On September 9th, they announced, a couple months ago, they did their software. They announced Mac, OS 26 and Tahoe and a couple of things. But on the 9th, they announced their new, this is a hardware announcement. So a couple of the big key things was new AirPod Pro 3s.
Oh.
3 new models of Apple Watch. 3 new, well, more than 3, but 3 base models of iPhones.
Wow.
iPhone 17, iPhone Air, and iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max.
I'm wondering, though, okay, on the watches. I've got, the iWatch. I got one before I had switched to the Pixel smartphone. And I'm kind of glad I still have it. I mean, I use it for keeping control, keeping an eye on the heart and, the blood oxygen, which was gone for a while but is back. And it's got Mickey Mouse on it. I like it. How can they improve on a watch? That's what made me kind of, watches?
So they had the Watch SE, which is like their base level watch. And these all launched September 19th, by the way. So like in 10 days or around 10 days.
Yeah.
So they had the Watch SE, which was they're calling it their budget health conscious watch. Basically, it's got a budget with all the health features.
Right.
They have the Apple Watch Series 11, which they added. The new thing they added was hypertension tracking. So if you have hypertension, it can track and aid you in understanding when you're having hypertension or if you're encountering hypertension. They added sleep tracking.
Oh, wow.
So it can do a bigger overall picture of your sleep health. And then they have the Watch Ultra 3. So the third series of the Ultra, which it has satellite messaging. Mm-hmm. So the SOS messaging, but via satellite. So you can do satellite messaging from it. And they're touting that the Ultra 3 has a 72-hour battery life.
Really? On the watch? 72 hour. So this is great if somebody is stuck in the wilderness.
Yeah, I mean this one would be if you're doing some outdoorsy stuff and you're out there for a couple of days, you can't recharge some stuff. Your watch is going to be doing a good job. My watch just pinged me. So those are the watches, right? So those 3, and I don't see the prices on this. I'll have to look at the prices again here in a second. The first thing they announced was the AirPod Pro 3s.
All right.
So the third generation of the AirPod Pros. I have the second gen. I love them. The noise canceling is fantastic. They improved the active noise canceling. It can track your heart rate.
Wait, what?
The AirPods have heart rate monitoring built in. So if you don't have an Apple Watch, but you want to track your exercise and your heart rate, the AirPods, using some sort of spatial audio and sensing in your ears, can track your heart rate.
Oh, that's amazing. Wow. All right.
The other cool thing was it's using Apple Intelligence. It does live translation.
Wait.
Meaning you speak Spanish to me, the AirPods will translate it to English.
Oh, now I've seen some third-party devices
Yeah.
that have been doing this, but this is all going to be included in that?
Just with the AirPods. So I don't know if you have to have a specific version of iPhone for it to work, but it was a flagship feature of the AirPods, standalone.
Wow.
Which was really cool. Now, they touted that into the iPhones also, that you can do live translation stuff. So it's got to be paired with Apple Intelligence. So you probably have to have an iPhone that runs Apple Intelligence. But I don't know. It's to be determined whether or not it has to. I don't know. But it was really cool.
So somebody could be having a conversation with you. You just hold up the smartphone and say they're speaking Spanish. You don't speak Spanish, or they're speaking, Japanese, and it would take it and translate it while you're wearing the.
So you speak Spanish to me, and then it's like a delayed translator in your ear. It translated that Siri or whoever your voice will speak to you in your native language.
Oh my God.
Or whatever language you choose.
Right.
Like real time. And if both people have AirPods, it apparently knows and will do it bidirectionally.
Oh my gosh.
So it was pretty impressive to see. I mean, I knew it was coming.
Did they actually demo it? Because you were able to watch the event, which they called, I'm trying to name, what was the name of it?
The name of it was the Awe-Dropping Event.
Awe-Dropping Event, yes. You were able to watch the event. Did they show that demonstrated?
I mean, they showed some canned videos of it being done, but they didn't do anything live, right? So it's like skeptical until I try it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'd be very intrigued to try it. We get some international students, and it'd be cool to see it work.
Right.
Right. So the 3 watches, the AirPods, and then they announced 3 new versions of the iPhone.
All right.
So you had the iPhone 17, which is using the A19 chip. It's literally a great entry-level phone. Everybody's saying, like, there's no reason, if you're an Apple user and you want a great phone, the iPhone 17, just the base model, is going to be fantastic.
Right.
So I lied. They hit 4 versions because they announced the 16 SE also.
Oh, okay.
Then they announced, everybody was rumored that there was going to be a super thin iPhone.
Right.
Everybody was rumoring it. The iPhone Air.
Really?
It's got a 5.3 millimeter thickness.
Wow. What? Really?
That's tiny. It's very, very thin. And they're touting that both sides of the phone, the front and the back glass, got this ceramic coating at the atomic level or something. So it's super scratch resistant. Super, they were showing them getting smashed around, and they had some videos of them getting hit by stuff. And redesigned battery for super long battery life. Then they announced the iPhone 17 Pro and the Pro Max. The iPhone 17 has 2 cameras on it. It's got a wide angle and a telephoto.
Okay.
They're all of the cameras on the 17, the Air, the 17 Pro, are all 48 megapixel sensors. So they bumped up the sensor size significantly in these cameras. And there's just a load of features. But the 17 Pro and the Pro Max are all aluminum body design.
Mm-hmm.
Because the battery is ginormous in this thing. And the processing power is huge. They're running the A19S or something like that, like the Pro version of the A19 chip. And you can do so much with the camera. You can record 4K 120 frame. You can do ProRes RAW. You can do tons of stuff. You can add a Blackmagic Design accessory that will give you Genlock. It'll give you time code. It will. This is a low-end cinema camera, basically. Like
Right.
they are touting this to a broadcast level, a camera quality. They shot the whole presentation on the iPhone 17s. All the Apple stuff they did was shot on the iPhone 17s.
I remember some years ago when they were showing, I want to say the 14, and they actually shot an entire film using the 14 and presented that. And
Yeah, I mean they're
mind-blowing.
all doing it now. Every time they launch a new iPhone, somebody shot a movie with it.
Right.
But yeah, so it's got a larger battery in it. They're saying it'll do up to like 32 hours of video playback.
Wow.
So it's crazy how big this is.
What would be the biggest reason, Shawn, just from watching this, for somebody like you? You're on the 13, right?
13 Pro, yeah.
13 Pro, and I've got the 14 Pro Max. What would be the biggest reason to update or upgrade from somebody who had, a device that was maybe just a little, a little older?
Just to get the current gen hardware.
Right.
I mean, I really don't have a desire to move. I don't. Like, again, the last phone I had before the 13 Pro was the 7S. And that was 5 generations I waited. I don't have a reason. But the price of the iPhone 17 was just $799 flat for a 256 gig base storage. So they bumped up the minimum storage for the iPhone 17 to 256. I don't know. I mean, maybe a 17 would be my go. I don't need the Pro or the Pro Max. I mean, I'm not doing any of that creative content I wouldn't need to spend $1,200 on a phone. And overall, they touted the cameras. The cameras were the big push, right? They're all at this baseline 48 megapixel. They all have more than two or more. So the iPhone 17 and the iPhone Air have the 2 cameras, the one wide angle and the one telephoto, so optical zoom.
Okay.
And the iPhone Air had some other fancy stuff in it that just seemed to be. It's 5.6 millimeters. It's titanium, 6.5 inch screen with the 120 hertz refresh. The Air has this feature, but I don't think the other cameras do. Dual filming mode, so you can record both the front and the rear at the same time.
Oh, no, that's cool.
So you can
That's
have
pretty
you
different.
could like be filming vertically, but have your reaction also like a FaceTime almost.
Yeah, I'll have your little box square in that. Oh,
yeah.
that'll be good. Creators will love that.
Yeah,
Content
that's
creators,
this.
yeah.
They kind of mentioned like this is for creators. Like the Air was designed for creators.
Right.
Because it's so slim, it's sleek, it's.
Are they doing anything battery-wise with those? Did they mention? I mean, you mentioned that you get some pretty long life, so I would have to think that they increased it. One of the things I loved about the Asus phone that I looked at recently, that one had 2 batteries in it. So it really gave you long battery life for the power you'd be consuming on it. I'm wondering if Apple's going to be doing the same thing with their
Yeah, I mean
batteries.
they touted battery life pretty light. They said Apple cites up to 27 hours of video playback via the internal battery.
Wow.
They also now have a rechargeable MagSafe charger. So you can charge. So it's rechargeable. You can just basically MagSafe it to the back of your phone, and it'll charge your phone from the MagSafe.
Right.
So you could set it down, have it on your desk and just drop it on there while you're going or whatever.
So
you
it
just
doesn't have
this-
to be plugged in. It could just be you've charged your MagSafe device, you take it with you, and then you just connect them up, and it's going to charge off of that.
Yeah, it's going to charge
Oh,
off
that's
of the
kinda
MagSafe
cool.
device.
Yeah.
And it says that you can stretch up the Air can stretch up to 40 hours when you're paired it with the MagSafe charger.
That's good.
It says the size is a 3100 milliamp battery.
Right. That's
Yeah.
it's
They're
pretty
saying
good.
all day, 27 hours video playback.
And size of the
who knows? That's
screen?
probably on like 0% brightness.
Yeah, 0. Yeah, size of the
6-inch screen.
6 inch. That's on the Air.
Yep.
Now, what about the Pro? The 17 Pro Max?
Let me go back to. So the iPhone 17 standard is a 6.3-inch OLED display.
Right.
ProMotion 120 hertz. And this is the ceramic shield. They're touting this ceramic shield 2. whatever that is, where
Right.
they coat it with some sort of ceramic thing. 3,000 nit peak brightness. 30,000 would be blowing your face off.
Yeah, would.
The iPhone 17 Pro is also the 6.3 inch, matching the size of the standard model. Super Retina XDR OLED ProMotion, 120 hertz, has an always-on display, and a massive, so the same 3,000 nit peak brightness.
We talked about AI, and there was word recently that Apple was going to be looking at possibly what Google is doing with its devices, and maybe even integrating the Gemini kind of overflow into Apple AI. Did they even mention that or
They
touch
meant
upon
the
that?
only Apple Intelligence mentioned was for the live translation.
That's it, really?
That's it.
Well, so I wonder if that would be a letdown for a lot of people who are looking to have, because I mean that's one of the things about the Google Pixel device is the AI capabilities on it have been great. I don't get that with Siri, and if they were able to take Siri and have that same type of experience, then I think maybe some people who have already been using, whether it be Samsung or Google Pixel or whatever, and you getting the UI, the AI use out of that would be happy to come back to Apple in some cases if they were able to up their game when it came to that. But maybe they don't think it's that much of an issue.
I don't. I mean, like I said, the only AI mention for Apple Intelligence was for heart rate monitor, for the part of the heart rate monitoring stuff, just because they've been using it to learn. They did a study of like some 200,000 Apple users for one of the studies and got 5 million hours of heart rate content that
Wow.
AI can scrape and do all this stuff with.
Right.
But yeah, there was nothing flagship except for the translation. He was using the Apple Intelligence, or
So there's
nothing about ChatGPT or any other integration with AI.
Yeah, I'm thinking whether it's Anthropic or whether it's ChatGPT or I mean, I have ChatGPT as an app on my phone, so I mean,
Same.
you can have that on any device as well. So you could always go third party, but I just wonder if Apple would gain a little more market share if they were to do that. I think they'll still do well, and especially would this still would not be something to make you want to upgrade from your 13.
Well, they did say at the end that anybody with a 13 Pro or higher can get a significant amount of money at Apple towards an iPhone 17.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I think it was something where like you get like $700 or $800 for an iPhone 13.
Wow.
But I'll look that one up because I don't remember. But it was kind of like
Yeah.
a significant amount of money towards an iPhone 17. So we'll see.
So they covered phones. They covered the AirPods. Did they go anywhere when it came to Macs or
Nope.
even tablets? No, that's completely. And then the other thing,
I was surprised because there was a really, really big rumor because they designed a new all of these phones have their new modem in them, right? Their new 5G modem. They developed their own 5G modem. So even the watches that have cellular in them are running their new 5G modem. There was a big rumor that they were developing a MacBook with 5G.
right.
So that you could just have a cell phone plan on your MacBook, and that's all you needed. So, and it would be designed around probably the A19 Pro chip, also.
Right.
So it'd be like a MacBook. Everybody's rumoring that this is going to be called the MacBook or the MacBook Lite,
Right.
or because you can't call it the Air, but it would be a MacBook, a 5G MacBook. So, but I was disappointed it wasn't anything besides like wearable, like peripherals, watches, AirPods, and the phones.
Right.
But that means we're going to get another Mac-based keynote at some point, right? Because we had the software one earlier this year.
Don't they
this is-
sometimes do those in October? Like, but I mean,
Yeah,
we're
I don't
not
know,
that
but
far
I
away. They could have ended it alluding to something coming because during the holiday season, that's when October you want to hit for Christmas.
Black
These
Friday,
devices
yeah.
are going to be out in just days that they'll be available for people to purchase. And again, that's going to be pretty big. I don't know. I definitely want to take a look at it. I'm very happy with the 14 Pro Max. That was a great device.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the 13 Pro. It's done me really well. It does everything I needed to. I don't have Apple Intelligence, so I can't do some things, but
Right.
Because this was the version, like the 14 can get Apple Intelligence. But
Really? I haven't updated mine yet.
I just don't know. I mean, I'm still running the developer beta, and everything's been great. I mean, obviously the first couple of days were a little rough with the issues I had doing that.
Yeah. I've heard
But
about those.
yeah, but other than that, it's been great. And
Okay, so I have a question though. Whatever happened to the Vision, Apple Vision?
it's going it's going the way of 3D TV.
Yeah, yeah. I remember
Nobody
that.
wants to have a wearable to watch their content. Sure, it's immersive and it's cool, but how often is it feasible? You're not doing it every time you're watching content.
Right.
You're not watching it when you're watching content with your friends. You're not doing it when you're watching content with your family. So you're watching all this content by yourself with the wearable on, and then you're limited to the content that's available for it because there's nobody creating the content because there's nobody watching the content. So, I mean, that's the same thing with 3D TV, right? Everybody got super hyped because they wanted to watch 3D sports, but then they realized you had to wear the glasses. And if people came over to watch sports, because sports is social, everybody had to wear 3D glasses. But then if you sat at the wrong viewing angle, it was crap. And if you stood up, people got sick because the motion. And then if the TV wasn't set up right, it looked like crap. And then it just went away.
Yeah.
It was the hype. I mean, ESPN did World Cup in 3D, or and they had to tune out all the vuvuzelas, and there was this whole thing surrounding 3D, 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 and then it just went bye bye.
Yeah,
it was there and it was gone.
You stopped hearing about it. I've had the question in the past too about the Apple Watch. Can somebody get an Apple Watch and get a watch with phone service on it, a cellular service, and not have to buy a brand new iPhone?
I believe you have to have it set up via an iPhone.
Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
Because I know that I have my old watch still paired to my phone, and when I repaired it, it said set up this watch for somebody else.
Right.
But it's what do I mean, you still have to have an Apple ID, you still have to have the whole thing because it's still going to do iMessaging and all that stuff. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. But
it's interesting.
You're not buying an Apple Watch if you don't have an iPhone. That's just not something people are doing.
We've been talking about the big Apple event. What did they call it again? What was it?
It's awe-dropping something.
The awe-dropping event.
And based on Justin's reaction, that it was pretty minimal awe droppings.
If you missed any of the event and you want to watch it, apple.com, you go to the website, you'll be able to watch that there. We can take a quick break. We got a couple of questions on the show as well. With more of Tech Talk Radio, I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird.
We'll be right back. You can find us on the web at techtalkradio.com.
Welcome back to Tech Talk Radio. During the break, we had Justin join us so he could poo-poo all over the Apple event.
Oh, guys, I had the most amazing nap today. It was from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. my time. What happened during that time?
Apple had their big to-do event, their big, awesome dropping.
Gosh, darn, I missed it. I was taking a nap. Darn.
Was there anything you have heard, though, that made you say, oh, that's cool?
Not a single thing. Honestly,
No.
I'm not even joking. Honestly, I just, everything that Apple does, I've said this over and over and over, dude. Everything that Apple does, Android or Samsung or whoever, they've done it before. And Apple's is oh, that sounds cool. Let's just take it and put a shiny new coat on it and call it ours.
No, okay, so they have this translation now going to be available in the AirPods, which I thought was kind of cool.
And
but has
that's
so you put it in, and I know I have an app, Google Translate app that works, and I don't know if it works the same way, but these are designed so that if somebody is talking to you, and your wife's Japanese, so if you're talking to one of her relatives, you'd be able to understand what they're saying, and if they're wearing them, so it's built into the AirPod. Now that sounded pretty groundbreaking.
Was this something they announced today that they were able
Yes.
to do? Okay, so 3 years ago when I first started working at Highland Hills, the very first thing I did was we had a trip scheduled to Japan, and and I went to Japan, and I brought along my brand new Pixel Buds. I had just gotten the Pixel Buds. It was like the first iteration of the Pixel Buds. And guess what? They had live translate. I could put a Pixel Bud in. I could put a Pixel Bud in my ear, and I have my phone set on Google Translate and just do live translate, and I would just set the phone on the table, and the Pixel Buds would repeat back to me in English what was being said in Japanese around me. So, yeah, that's
since 2017.
3 years ago? More?
Wow.
Google
Yeah.
Pixel
Wow.
Buds have supported
Oh,
real-time
and this is a brand new
since
Apple
2017.
thing? Oh, my gosh. Breaking news, guys. Apple invented the live translate. Breaking news.
Yeah. Well, we knew Justin might bring us down to earth on that excitement.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. That certainly happens. Well, you know,
I
it's
mean,
one of
I'll
those
be the
things-
first person. I'll be the first person to give Apple a congratulatory, round of applause if they actually invent something again.
Right.
Everything they do has been done 5-10 years ago, and
On
they
the
just put a
different
shiny
platforms?
coat on it. Yeah, and they just
Yeah.
put a shiny coat on it and says, "Oh, look what we invented." No, you didn't.
Yeah. Wow. So nothing yet that is going to make you say, "That's
Nope.
it. I got to get an Apple."
Nope.
Yeah. No. Still sticking with it. Now, are you getting the 10 for the Google Pixel? Because I know I have the 9, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to update. And I was telling Justin, I was telling Shawn, you missed that. I went ahead and set up a second business line, and I'm using the iPhone. I went ahead and used the iPhone Pro Max that I have, and doing that. And the decision, and Gloria even asked me, she said, "Well, do you want to go with the Pixel 10?" I'm thinking, I don't know if there's anything that made me say I really want to.
Well, I normally skip a generation or two. I mean, I did have the 8 Pro, and then when the 9 Pro Fold, that's the foldable screen, when that came out, I was like, I have to have this. So I went against my intuition and my past experiences, and I went ahead and I upgraded the very next generation. Now, do I want to have the 10? Yes. Will my wife kill me if I get the 10? Also, yes. So not going to get the 10.
We were hoping to have Matt on because we know Matt ordered it, and Matt probably by now has it. Has he said anything to you about it? Like,
I haven't talked to him in a couple of days. No, I don't know if he actually has it or not. But if he does have it, I'm assuming he would probably be reaching out to us and saying that, hey, this is so cool, or, oh, this sucks about this or whatever. But no, I mean,
Right.
don't get me wrong. I would like it. Now, when Google releases a new phone, it's kind of the same thing about Apple. There's not a lot that they release. When they come out with their big releases of their flagship phones, it's not like, oh my gosh, all this stuff is new. Google is kind of known for just introducing features along the way and
Right.
saying, oh, hey, by the way, we're going to do live translate now. And, hey, you can buy a Pixel watch and not have to have a brand new Pixel phone like Apple.
Yeah.
So that, to answer your question earlier, yeah, you can buy a Pixel watch and just get service on it. You don't have to buy the phone with it.
Okay.
So that's kind of interesting, but no, I mean, yeah, I watched the Google event and I was like, okay, it's cool, but there's not much else. Now I did see something on X. I saw a post on X earlier. It was a guy in Chicago. I think, what is it? What's that big concert that goes on in Chicago every year?
Lollapalooza?
Lollapalooza. Yes, Lollapalooza. There was a guy who was, I want to say probably 1.5 miles, 2 miles away in a big upper story condominium. And he was filming the Lollapalooza concert, zoomed in all
Are
the
you
way.
kidding me?
And it said, can Apple do this? And it was a Pixel phone. It was a Pixel 9 phone. And they zoomed in almost, I would say probably at least 1 mile, if not 1.5 miles away. And it
Wow.
was really, I mean, yeah, obviously a little bit pixelated, but you could make out what was going on. You could make out the crowd. And I was like, wow, that was amazing.
Wow, that is pretty amazing. I will say that the camera optics on the Google Pixel are pretty amazing. It's funny though, and I don't know if you've seen the meme on this. As we get older, the zoom feature on the smartphone is super important because that's what we use to read labels.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
It's true.
it
Oh my
is
God.
true.
I don't know. When's the expiration date on this? I'm constantly going to the fridge, taking a picture, zooming in. Okay, got to throw this thing away.
I should probably do that more often. Actually, what I've been doing is I look around. I'm like, where's my nearest pair of reader glasses? Because I've got like 17 pairs around the house, like strategically placed wherever I need them.
Right, exactly.
And I just grab my
Yeah,
reader glasses and do it. But yeah, no, taking a picture and then just zooming in on it, that makes more sense.
yeah. That's the best way to
Do
get
you do that, Shawn?
Sean.
No.
What? Oh, that's right. You're young. Oh, shoot, I forgot.
All right, we did get a listener question, and I want to help this guy out. Real cool guy. He actually called the station while I was on the air, and I called him after I got off the air. So he's frustrated. He keeps getting pop-ups from McAfee on his computer. Been that way for a couple of weeks, he said, and to the point where it's almost 30 a day, and it's asking for him to click and pay to remove a virus on his system.
Oof.
So he doesn't want the program. So he said that he knows he has CCleaner and AVG on the system. So I kind of talked him through, and when we went to the add remove programs so he could get rid of McAfee, it's not even installed on his computer.
Yeah, no, he's obviously got a piece of malware.
Yeah, so I reached back out to him after talking to you guys, and I told him, I said, well, if anything, malware, but it could also be a browser extension. And there have been some reports lately on browser extensions being abused, and people getting getting
Shocker.
scammed by these. Yeah, so I'm wondering, what would be your best explanation for somebody who doesn't know what is a browser extension?
It's like a plug-in for your browser, like an add-on. They do certain things, like you can get them for ad block, you can get them for paywall, you can get them for dark mode, you can get them for all sorts of stuff. But browser extensions are this generation's search engine tabs or whatever you call it. It's like when people would download the search engine extension for your browser, and you'd have a Yahoo one, an Excite one,
Yeah,
and you'd have like 4 search bars at the top of your browser. So extensions are just kind of a new version of those.
I'm not sure if I'd go that far behind it, but I see where you're going with it, and I somewhat agree. But extensions can serve multiple purposes, and the thing about extensions, though, is, I don't know what browser you're using, Firefox, Edge, or Chrome. Most of these extensions should be already vetted by the browser, the company that makes the browser, whether it be Google or Mozilla or Microsoft. However, if you're getting extensions from random places or going to a website and it's like, hey, this website has an extension, do you want to install it? And you click yes, you could very well be getting malware. And that's obviously what's going on here. You got a piece of malware that is pretending to act as an antivirus, and it's not. And you need to get rid of that malware.
Right. What is the best way to clear a kind of an extension? Is actually just to go into your management, right? I mean, or I recommend him getting Malwarebytes, and there's a tool that
Malwarebytes is
Malwarebytes has that can root out some of the evil extensions that are out there.
Yeah. Now, some of those malwares, I'm not saying all of them, but some of those malwares, if you try to put on like Malwarebytes or something after the fact, it can actually interrupt the installation and prevent the installation from happening. So you got to be careful about it, so if you have a sophisticated piece of malware, which likely what you got is probably not. It's one of those just simple phishing scams. They're going to call you and they're going to be like, hey, we'll remove this malware for a fee of, $100. And then they're actually just going to get in and steal your money. So I would obviously not call the phone number. I would not do anything with that. I would try to, like Andy said, get Malwarebytes or something like that.
You can even, if you have a friend that is good with computers, you can even have them install on a safe, brand new, flash drive, Malwarebytes, so that it can be installed and bypass the actual, downloading, which can then redirect. So you got to be careful about that, and careful about some of the websites you're going to if you're going through this, because those websites could be redirected by whatever malware is sitting in your browser extension. Extensions can be handy. I mean, I use OnePass, it's great to be able. You want to pull up your password, you could open up your browser extension and do it that way.
Yeah.
And grab that and always have access to that. So yeah, that could be a little challenging, and he's noticing it, and he's not clicking on it, and that's what you never want to do. So that's a good thing. So hopefully, Dick is a guy's name. Lives out here in Green Valley, so hopefully this will help him. And I told him to let me know what the next step is for him.
Question?
Well, we had another one from Nancy, but we're actually almost out of time. So let's get your point. What did you want to say?
Well, I was just going to say something else, a totally another story here.
Yeah, let's go for it. Go ahead.
It's a little bit technology related, but it
All
was
right.
as of this recording today. The Denver Broncos announced they're building a brand new stadium that's going to be top of the line. It's going to be every top technology everywhere. It's going to make SoFi Stadium, which is the most technologically advanced stadium. It's going to make it look like a abandoned warehouse. That's
Now
what
this
they
is
say.
SoFi is the one in Vegas, right?
No, SoFi is the one in Los Angeles.
In LA. Okay.
In
Which is the one
Inglewood.
in Vegas they just built? Or they're building?
The Inuit Dome?
No. No, that's for the A's. Yes, the one that's built for the Raiders is a Allegiant Stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this new one in Denver is going to be where's it going to be?
It's going to be just right across the street from the current 1 Mile High. They bought a big, massive facility called Burnham Yard, which is an old train station rail line. It's actually older. Burnham Yard is older than Denver itself. And so that rail yard is now going to be repurposed into not only just a stadium, but in a complete district. It's going to have housing. It's going to have restaurants. It's going to have entertainment. It's going to have, and the stadium, all by the way, is going to be retractable roof.
Nice.
And so then we can have a Super Bowl. We can have the Final Four. We can have WWE WrestleMania. We can have all kinds of other stuff that can happen year around and make Denver once again an entertainment destination, not just, hey, let's go to the mountains and go skiing. But this venue is going to have amazing technology behind it.
Right. Like what would be...
and honestly, you got to look at it as, if you don't know who owns the Denver Broncos, it is the richest owners in NFL history. It is the Walter Pennant Group. Now,
Right.
Walton. Who's Walton? Sam Walton, the owner of Walmart. It's his daughter, who's married to Greg Penner. So it's the Walter Penner Group, and they are the richest owners. I think it's a net worth of $87 billion. And
That's a chunk of change.
yeah, and this stadium is estimated to be between $4 and $6 billion.
Amazing. All right. We'll come back. We'll take Nancy's question with more of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird.
And I'm Justin Lemmy. Send us an X at Tech Talk Radio. We'll be right back. And in this week, in the latest episode of The Internet Never Loses. So what was it, last week? Last week there was a Marlins-Phillies baseball game.
Yeah.
And there was a wholesome moment where a foul ball went out into the outfield. Yeah, well, no, it was a wholesome moment where a dad caught a foul ball and
Right.
gave it to his son and was hugging his son, and it was kind of a cool father-son moment. And then Karen, which I think that's her name, we're just going to call her Karen, walks over to the guy and demands the ball and says that's my ball. And the father's like, what are you talking about? You didn't have it. It wasn't yours. It came from the field. And
She got right in his face.
she got right in his face, yelling and screaming at him. And he was like, you know what? Fine. Just take the ball and leave. Go, go, go. And so she got the ball and she walked away all happy.
The
Well-
little boy who was celebrating his 10th birthday.
Yeah, celebrating his 10th.
Did you see the look on his face?
Yeah, he was so deflated about it.
Yeah.
But it ends in a good story though, because after that happened, the Marlins, even though he was a Phillies fan, the Marlins actually went up to there and gave him a goodie bag, and
I forgot about that.
he gave him a goodie bag of all kinds of Marlins gear and everything. And then after the game, he got to go backstage or behind the scenes in the players' tunnel and meet Harrison Bader, the guy that hit the home run, or the foul ball, or no, actually it was a home run.
Yeah.
That hit the home run that the kid would have had, and he gave him a signed bat.
A bat's better than a ball.
Yeah, totally. But here's the best part about this though, the internet never loses. The internet has went after this woman, tried to figure her name out. I think they actually did figure her name out,
Yeah.
but I don't know it, and we're not going to say it on air here.
Oh, no.
But all of the memes that have been going out over this. It is so hilarious. Like, for one, they released a picture of a Spirit Halloween costume, and it was called Baseball Karen, and it was literally a Karen haircut with glasses and a Phillies shirt and a pair of ripped jeans, and it says "ball not included."
You can't tell me we're not going to see a kid come into the house on Halloween dressed in that.
I would love to see that. To be honest, I'd probably give them all my candy.
Yeah.
And then also somebody actually redid the cover of Angels in the Outfield, the movie from Disney, and put Karen's in the outfield and put her picture on it. And then I see another picture of Charlie and what was that? Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. Yeah.
The original Willy Wonka. When Charlie pulls out the golden ticket and he's looking at it, somebody superimposed an image of the lady tapping him on the shoulder saying, "Give me back that golden ticket, Charlie. You took it from me."
I saw another one with dogs play Frisbee.
Yeah.
Toss a Frisbee and the dogs will catch it. And it was her catching a Frisbee and the dog jumping in the air next to her with this surprised look on his face.
Yep.
I thought that's just, it like you said, the internet doesn't give up. And people have been really creative. And some of these memes, the AI that they've created with this has been like, wait, did that really happen? Wait, what the heck is that? This
is crazy, but it's so much. It's so entertaining. The internet just never loses. I saw basically an AI reenactment of it. Somebody posted the video to AI and said, "I want you to redo this in the style of Lord of the Rings."
What?
And so so it showed the lady taking the ball from the guy, and then the camera artificially zooms in on her face as she's walking back to her seat, and the lady transforms into Gollum.
Yes.
And then takes the ball and looks at it and says, "My precious."
Well, so here's the thing, though. All right, and I'm going to say it. Maybe I'll get some hate. But it did look like the ball was right where she was.
It landed the row in front of her.
It's called the spirit of baseball, right? Everybody knows if there's empty seats and a foul ball comes, you're running over to try and get it. It's just every time a baseball goes into the stands, you have to expect it. Everybody's going for it.
But here's the thing. She claims that she owned those seats in front of her, even though nobody was sitting there. She said, "Those were my seats." That's what she said. "Those were my seats."
Tough bleep.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sorry. Nobody was sitting there. I don't care if you own the whole stadium. Like, the ball lands there. Nobody's there. It's first come, first serve. But the thing is everybody's talking about this father, the one that got the ball for his son. And they're saying,
and then took the ball out of his glove. Yeah.
Well, he took the ball out of the glove and he handed it back to the lady and was like, "Get out of here." They're all saying the same thing. They're saying the guy handled it well. The guy handled it with class, with dignity. He taught his son a lesson about how to just, deal with situations that arise like this and how to remain calm. And all I could keep thinking was, I would not be handling it the same way.
Oh, no, no way, man.
I would not. God bless this guy, but I would be getting in that lady's face.
You run up to me, put your hands on me, and start yelling at me.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's
a problem.
Yeah, which is exactly.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight.
I almost think she grabbed his arm. I don't know.
Yeah, she did. She grabbed his arm and kind of pulled him over, and that's why he was like, "What?" And he kind of because he had his eyes closed, and he woke up, and he's like, "Whoa, what's going on?" Because he was surprised because who's grabbing my arm and pulling me away? Like, I'm sorry.
Lucky she didn't get cold cocked.
Oh, easily. That's what I was just about to say. I was like, if that was me and somebody pulled on my arm like that, I'd be like, bam. Oh, sorry.
Imagine though, this little 10-year-old, even though he was bummed out for a bit, he's gotten much better than he would have got. I mean, the ball would have been one cool thing, but now he's got a bat. He got a chance to meet his favorite player.
And he ruined a woman's life. That's awesome.
It's the spirit of baseball, right? It's like these things happen, and to get the fans engaged, these are little things that help people remember the sport.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, how long will it take the internet to leave her alone?
They won't.
They won't.
Every meme.
She's canceled. Like literally hashtag
it's
canceled.
It's gonna be a Phillies meme for the rest of the Phillies' existence.
Yeah.
Even at the end of the year.
Oh, easily.
I saw the other one that made me kind of laugh was the Coldplay, the guy who was at the Coldplay concert that was obviously
CEO.
Not doing what he should be doing, right? And he was hugging somebody that worked for him, and they just looked too close.
Extramarital something or other.
Yeah, they put they put her in his arms in the
Oh
in the meme.
God! Wait,
Oh,
wait,
boy.
seriously?
Oh boy.
Oh, I
Yes.
gotta see that. I gotta find that one.
There's going to be a page dedicated to these memes.
Yeah.
You know, something happens, and next thing you know, it's just like, again, it does not forget. Very good point on that
Oh
one.
my
All right,
gosh, that's
let's see
amazing.
if we get to Nancy's question really quick. That she had.
It better be about baseball, Nancy.
It's not. Sorry, Nancy's in her old stomping ground in Rancho Mirage. She said, "Help! You've mentioned in the past shows, and now I finally decided to take my music off my CDs. Is there a way to do this that I can do myself?
Yeah. Built
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
Built in, really?
Yeah, Windows
Like
has
how?
the built-in media player. You just click rip. You pick a
Now,
couple
does that
settings
come
and you
with?
rip.
Yep.
So I don't know if she's running Mac or Windows, but say if she's running Windows, is that?
The real question is, does your computer have a CD drive?
Oh
Whoa.
yeah, forgot about that part.
Is it a laptop? Is it a desktop? Right. You can get portable USB CD drives. They're relatively inexpensive. The Mac Super Drive will work on a PC if you have a Mac Super Drive. But yeah, I mean, you're looking at maybe spending $30-$40 on a USB CD drive that you can just plop
LG
in.
makes one too.
Pop in
Yeah.
the disc. You open up the media player. I'd have to look at it specifically, but that's how I did it. That's how I ripped all mine. I have a tower in the back with a CD drive in it. Dropped it in. Hit rip. It takes 6-7 minutes to rip.
Right.
Pop it out. If it's connected to the internet, it'll pull down album information for you and everything. You hit rip, go, rip, go, rip, go.
Now, I do want to recommend though, if anybody's going to be doing this, not only save it on your drive, you could save it to cloud if you have the cloud storage to do that.
OneDrive?
Or get a yeah. Well, I mean, I guess you could, or get a 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte drive, or even higher, depending on how many songs or how many CDs you have, and you could do that as well and be able to save that. So that way you always have a redundant copy, because nothing worse than doing all that work and then something happening to your computer and losing the hard drive, and you lose all of those images or those the audio.
Windows Media Player will rip. So if Windows 11,
Really?
Windows Media Player, VLC, you can also rip them from VLC.
Oh, VLC is great. I've
Oh, yeah.
actually, I had all these old Flash videos, Shockwave Flash, and I was like, well, how am I ever going to look at these again? And then somebody said, well, wait, just use VLC. I had no idea. VLC, Movavi does it. I know that, but you got to pay for that. VLC, you don't.
VLC is the Swiss Army knife of the internet. That's what they call it. It'll play literally almost every video or audio file you can think of that exists.
All right, very good. I want to say, if I get some time here, I've been delving deeper into Riverside FM, and I got to just say that's the program we use. It's not an FM radio station. Riverside FM is what we're using for the video production of the show. We used to use, we've used many over the years, but recently we were using Skype, and then we used Zoom, and then we would take Zoom and we'd put it into Opus clips, and we would pay a lot for Zoom and low quality. And we're not even talking, standard. I don't know if it was
360. It's like 360p.
it was awful. It was like an old webcam. And how people would take videos of this, and then we would pay, a fee per month to Opus. We found Riverside does all of it, does editing, does the whole bit. But recently, we had a situation where on the show, and I got to figure a way I could post this. You guys, Amanda has been on the show. I sent her the video on it. She's been trying to get me to watch that new show you guys were talking about a few weeks ago, the musical that is on Netflix that everybody's talking
Oh,
about.
K-pop, Demon
K-pop?
Hunters.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it yet. Right? She every day is asking me, "Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it yet?" So I sent this with her. We did a show, and I don't know if you remember, Shawn. You were in the back of the room, and we started the show, and you had to run back to the microphone.
Sounds
And during that, she started laughing. We were all laughing, and she said, at least I didn't. And she used an expletive we can't say here, mess it up. Or she said, didn't do that this time. And it was like, okay, we just started from scratch. Well, I still had that clip. So I put it into Riverside FM, and I took that bad word that she said that we can't repeat here, and I changed it to mess. AI took her voice, recreated it, and replaced that word with the word mess, and completely fixed it up.
Huh.
I tried it again on Justin. You said one a few weeks back. Did the same thing.
What? Who, me?
Cleaned, yeah, completely cleaned it up, and it was you can't even tell
Okay,
that it's not your
you got to
voice.
post that. I want to see that.
Yeah, Riverside FM is pretty amazing, and it will even clean up audio. So if you're doing audio, do transcriptions, you can do I can do a teleprompter on it. I mean, the whole bit. So if you're looking for a program to use for doing any kind of podcasting or video, it can work for you.
That's awesome. Hey,
Right?
remember, I bought the camera that I'm using right now. This,
Yeah, well,
Nikon?
somebody asked me, what are you using?
so it's the Sony A7 Mark IV.
Right.
I bought it I bought it earlier this year. It was probably like April or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. No, I bought it last November.
last
Yeah,
year.
anyway. Yeah, last year. Yeah, I did. Great camera. It's a really nice mirrorless full frame camera. Got an extra lens on eBay that was really nice for it. Anyway, during that process, I registered the camera with Sony because, they're like, hey, extra warranty, register, you get a sweepstakes. Well, I won a $500 gift card back in, what was it, March or April? No, May,
Really?
May. Yeah. So I won a $500 gift card, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I actually used it. I don't remember what I bought with it, but I bought some stuff. Anyway, come fast forward to June, or July, early July, I get another email from Sony sweepstakes saying, hey, you just won a gift card, a $500 gift card. And I'm like, wait, what? Can I win twice? So I responded back and said, yeah, I'll take it. And they're like, okay, cool, but allow 6 to 8 weeks. Well, I mean, that's what normally. Well, anyway,
Right.
It's a digital gift card. I'm like, you guys could literally send it in 24 hours, but that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they wouldn't send it to me, and it was like 10, 12, 14 weeks later. And I'm like, guys, what's the deal? I won before, and it took about 4 weeks to get. It's been about 8 weeks, and they're like, wait, you won before? And I said,
Uh-oh.
yeah, I did win before. And they're like, well, you can't win twice. And I said, well, that's odd because your contest rules that I did when I signed up has no mention that you can't win more than once.
Ooh.
And then it was silence for a while. And then I responded back. I said, did you guys figure it out? Where's my gift card? And they're like, well, we're still looking into it, blah, blah, blah. And I kept bothering them every single day. I'd send them an email.
Nice.
Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where's my gift card? Where's my gift card? Where's my gift card? Finally, they sent me the second gift card.
Nice.
They're
Nice.
like, okay, you won twice. Lucky you. And I'm sure they're probably going to change the rules now. But anyway.
banned.
Right.
Yeah, right. So I'm just waiting for that third email. You want a $500 gift card? I'll be like, heck yeah, man.
So what are
You
you
know?
what are you going to get with the $500?
Well,
What piece
this
of tech?
$500, I actually just bought a new piece of tech. And it's
What'd you
actually
get?
going to be here tomorrow. I bought a new 3D printer.
Oh, but now what happened to your last one?
Well, I mean, I still have it, but it's old. I mean, it's like the one I had was an Ender 3. It was kind of probably second generation of 3D printers. I mean, it was, no auto bed leveling, which is a big thing. Only one piece of filament per. I had to upgrade the crap out of it just to be able to make it work right.
Right.
Anyway, this new one is much better. It's not quite as big as the Ender 3, but it does automatic bed leveling, which again is very, very important. If you want your 3D print to turn out proper, the bed that it rests upon has to be 100% level at all times. And so
Right.
this will automatically do it for you. And so that's nice. Also, it's completely enclosed with its own filtration system, so I can do not only just PLA printing, which is kind of the weaker, more hobbyist quality of filament. I can do ABS, which is more industrial strength. If I want to put some really good quality builds out there, I can use ABS, and I can use it in an enclosed space without having to worry about filtration.
Wow, pretty good stuff. So have you decided what's going to be your first project?
My first project is to figure out where I'm going to put it, because my old computer desk that I had a nice little side area that I could have my 3D printer on. But now with this new layout, I don't have anywhere that I can put a 3D printer. So I am just not sure what I'm going to do with it. But my first
Right in the
printing
bedroom.
Yeah, right. No, right in the kitchen table. Yeah, Misa's going to love that.
What I used to do.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think my first print that I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do probably some more like towel hangers or like a door stop for the house. Because I got a bunch of doors in the house that we like to keep the windows open and the doors automatically shut because of the wind flow. So having some more door stops would be nice. But then I want to use it for just random things I find on Thingiverse and 3D printable. Printables.com is another website. So yeah, I'm excited.
We'll have to talk more about that next week on the show.
Yeah, the benefit is that somebody else has already designed it, right? So you don't have to design it. Like that's the beauty of the internet. You can just search for it. Cool. Download the SLA or whatever the
STL. Yep.
Put it in the slicer. Print.
Yep, exactly.
Perfect.
And I don't have to worry about design like you said. But if I want to, I might start dabbling in AutoFusion or something like that. Autodesk.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We come back with more of Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn Weird.
And I'm Justin. Let me send us a message on Facebook at Tech Talkers. We'll be right back. All right, so every week, Andy's always asking us, you guys got a website of the week,
Website.
I'm like, man, I browse the same like 10 websites like every single day. I don't go and scour the internet like Andy does, right? No, but I did. I actually came across a website that I wanted to share with you all. And if you are old school video gamers, I'm talking like DOS or Windows 95 or Windows 98, there's a website that has digitally recreated the boxes for all of these video games that came out. I think right now, as of now, he's got over 1,000 boxes filling up his quote-unquote nerd wall into shiny 3D. So if you go to a website called BigBoxCollection.com, again, that's BigBoxCollection.com, these games back in the day, back in Windows 95, Windows 98, they came out in these like basically like dictionary-sized boxes.
They were huge.
They were huge. I mean, they were like dictionaries. So what he's done is he's taken all of these old video games and digitally scan them, and you can actually move the box around. And if it has like one of those opening cover flaps, you can actually open the cover flap and look at it. But he has scanned everything, not just the front and back, but it is a full 3D rendering of all like over 1,000 different classic games, like Privateer.
Oh my God.
There's Hex, there's Diablo, Wizard Warriors, the original Doom.
What was your favorite? Did you have a favorite box?
A favorite box?
Yeah, did you have a favorite box?
I'd have to say, well, Diablo 2 is really, really cool. I'd have to say otherwise, besides that, I'd have to say Grand Theft Auto, like Vice City or something like that. Just seeing, I mean, it wasn't like Grand Theft Auto Vice City for me was just different because it had all these cartoon-looking characters on the front of it, but it was just such a unimposing box. But when you actually played the game, you're like, oh my God.
Two of mine. Need for Speed. And then I even put this on my wall at the station that I worked at, Redneck Rampage.
Oh,
I just absolutely loved that one.
They even have the original Zork. Like
Zork.
Which was...
Shawn, did you have a favorite?
Diablo 2, the Diablo series the boxes are really cool. I mean, I still have my Diablo 2 boxes.
Right.
So
right.
It's
all right.
so
What's
cool.
the website address again?
One last time. It is BigBoxCollection.com.
All right. That's it for this week's Tech Talk Radio. I'm Andy Taylor.
I'm Shawn DeWeird.
And I'm Justin Lemmy. Find us on the web at TechtalkRadio.com. Have yourselves a great week. We'll see you.